Imagine this. You invest $305 and 30 days later, your account is sitting around $450. Not because of luck, but because you followed the strategy. In 1 year, that same structure has carried you to $36,000. Nothing magical happened. You didn't chase trends. You didn't work harder. You worked smarter. You followed the strategy. Let's talk financial freedom.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I was gonna come on with no lipstick, and then I decided y'all don't deserve it. Mm. Now, this is a conversation, y'all. It's not a loud conversation, but it is definitely a necessary one. Okay? First of all, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me and to talk about your money because it is your money. Okay? So, let me take you to a place. Imagine this, okay? Imagine you invest $300 and in 30 days, your account is sitting around, say, $450. Not because of luck, okay? No, but because you followed the strategy. 6 months later, you're $6,000 wealthier than you were the last year. And by the time you hit the 12th month, the next year, January, that structure has carried you to a $36,000 increase in your finances. Just sitting. If you need it for emergencies, if you needed to purchase a car, if you needed to reinvest, that money is right there waiting on you. Nothing magical happened. No. You did not chase trends. You did not work harder. You worked smarter. You followed strategy. The strategy that was set forth for you to succeed. You communicated when clarity was needed. And you stayed consistent. Listen, earnings increased over time as the strategy matured and capital was strategically scaled. This is an invitation to partner with IF Solutions. Stick around to find out just how you can do that. Financial freedom starts today. If you're catching this live, or you're on replay, this conversation is for anyone, I apologize, who's tired of stressing about money. And you want to understand what financial freedom really, really looks like in real life. Not on social media. Not what they spending money and not in a get rich quick scheme kind of way. No, because that's not financial. That is not that has nothing. That's not wealth. That's not wealth. That's different. So strategy tells you what comes first. Strategy is the key. Discipline teaches you how to work it. And independence is what happens when the structure holds. In life and business, there are some decisions that you can delay, but they're going to delay your success. I would advise you not to delay these decisions, but the choice is yours because you will not be able to avoid making these decisions in the future. Resetting is about forcing the one thing is about facing, resetting is about facing the one thing you can't avoid. Those things that must be handled in a timely manner for growth and for stability. You know, our desires have to be controlled. There is desires without a plan are just hopes and dreams, you know? So most people don't fail because they don't want better. No, they fail because they try to move without direction, without clarity. And financial freedom isn't about doing more. It absolutely is not. That's why I'm here today. It's about mapping out a plan, mapping out a clear, executable plan, and making better decisions, following through with that executable plan. You know, a lot of stress, excuse me, I apologize, but a lot of stress comes from internal disorder, just you fighting with what you should do and what you want to do. For example, if I ask you now, what matters most? Success, family, freedom, money. Most people would actually, most people have actually never done that. Just sat down and tried to 1 through 10, what's most important to me? Okay. The reset is about bringing your internal order, and your external order into alignment so that what you want to do aligns with the things that you know you have to do. And sometimes you got to just give your wanna a break. What you want is not always going to happen. Okay? But you can manifest greatness in you. Listen, if we reach 30 registrants for the Budget on a Dime workshop, everyone will receive 15% off the February Budget on a Dime workshop. I keep this class very small on purpose. This space is intentional. There is no pressure. Just look, the link is in the description. No pressure, just space and opportunity. There are 5 decisions that you simply cannot avoid making in life or business. The first one is clarity. You got to be clear. Money and structure and boundaries. Because when you say yes to everything, you say no to you. Direction and support. Now, you can delay them if you like. It is totally your choice. However, you're going to have to make them eventually, or you're going to sink. You're going to drown because you have to be clear on your growth, where you're going in order to be successful. You must start with clarity because knowing what actually matters right now, not tomorrow, but right now, what's going to get me to the next step. Prioritizing the most important achievable goals. Money and structure. You got to know what resources you're working with. I mean, what you have and what you got to pay out, what you have and what you're going to get, what you can get, what your capabilities are. You have to have a clear understanding of your financial capabilities. Boundaries, what you will and won't carry. Because if you can't say you won't, you will. Direction, where your energy or your focus is going. What's your plan? Where is your map? We rely on GPS, yet we have no plan for our lives. GPS can't guide you through life. And support. Who or what holds and maintains the structure? Who is helping you? Who is your construction team? A weak road will not support heavy traffic. So, what system carries you? That's important. And that can go so deep. When you go into what system carries you, that can go so much deeper than finances. And that's all I'm gonna say. And you're getting, and all of your getting, make sure you get understanding. Without it, you just spinning in circles. And after this live, I want you to write down 10 goals, not steps, goals, achievable goals. Just write them down, 1 through 10. And when you see all of them, when they all come down on you at once, you're going to realize that they are not all meant to be worked on at the same time. The reset helps you to organize your goals and place them in the right order, in the right season. You know, we don't um we don't break your goals down. We just help you decide what comes first. So write them down. You don't have to fix them. No, you don't have to deliberate on them, but you got to have them written down. You got to be able to see them to bring them to life. Whatever you write, you might write on your iPad or your phone or whatever it is you write on, but you need to write those goals down so that you can start to try to achieve them. So, what happens after the reset? After the reset, you don't add more goals. You work the ones on your goal sheet. Most people don't need more goals, more ambition. They really just need better structure for the goals that they already have. A reset tells you what comes first. Discipline teaches you how to work it. And independence is what happens after the structure holds. It's time for a financial reset, y'all. If you want to achieve financial freedom, it's right at your fingertips.